けなんだ。1個プラスつけますと。悩むね。やっぱポイント振った分の場所の強さ、嘘見抜きますか。嘘つきにもなれるけど、トータル6にすべきなのか、足りないところを足すべきか。長所があった方がいいかもね。
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious from immense in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
モルトってなんだ。
Ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Inordinate amount of time passes. It is.
リコさん、ゲンちゃんおはよう。
おはようございます。なんかオーバーウォッチ2の発表があるっぽいですね。10時から。Amount of time passes. It 言ったり知らないなこの単語。全くもって Totally void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding
リ
you.
コさん、音ちっちゃ。
This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
何の音ちっちゃいですか？ゲーム音ですか？俺の声ですか？どっちもですかね。確認するか。 全部ちっ
イ
ちゃいね、
ブさん、
これ。
スマホの音量マックスにしないと何も聞こえん。
あー、ゲーム音もちっちゃいか。声今聞こえました？声も聞こえないかな？声今聞こえました？声も聞こえないかな？ちっちゃいな。あー、ちっちゃいな。あー、声これぐらいでいいかな。声これぐらいでいいかな。いいかな、これで。知らない単語がいっぱいだ。ドロドロのスパイソース。It's bloated and shame. It's bloated. bloated. 膨らんだ。ブルーテッドか。ブローテッドか。and shame. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of meat thing. フランチバック。底なしの深、無限の深さがファスソムレスディープ。No, I wanted to know about the X something.
X love, X tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
X love, X tenderness, it is foolish to surface the loss. 最後わかんない。アビスソペラジックゾーン。アビス そう、プラスチックゾーン。全然出てこない。そういうものか。
Alright, nothing down to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
そうです。Belittle myself.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. A sensation. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man.
ちっちゃい顔と。
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
オイントメント。塗り薬。Fly to the ointment. Your consciousness. Conscience sticks to it. The lived and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull. trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage.
Succeed. Encyclopedia. Somehow you know what it is. It's Caprice Canema motor carriage. なんだ。むずいな、やっぱ。This magnum size bottle Commodore Array is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. 誰かがテープぐちゃぐちゃにしたと。Tag to highlight. Oh. The reel-to-reel tape player is still on. Rolling empty. Shoots. 開きましたと。ツボ。
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Visual correctness. Easy 9. Assist damage. なんだこれ。あ、ダメージ評価。ビジュアルカルクラス。見た目から判断するってやつかな。
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
The shards will face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. ガラスの破片が外側に行ってるから内側から破壊されたんだろうと。
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but no, it is recent. まあ、右手にcovers back. いっぱい傷があると。だけど最近のものではない。
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
More likely projectile. on the held object. Fragments 破片 on the floor from pulling to back after impact.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
なるほどね。弾丸よりは弾丸にしては大きすぎるし、まあ家具の一部にしては小さすぎる。
The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
緑の靴がそれと。
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
You hear jingle. Keys are clicking in the pockets of your flare-cut.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
回転とかあんのかな。You see bottles in the bathroom wine behind sweet liquids.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things?
イランってなんだ ?That funds empire sent waste to cities. Virile, uncaring towards the little things. ピラル男らしく
Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of a man.
曖昧な形の男がいる
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. as you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this thought. この考えに対しての考えに至っていない。You won't like what you will see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct.
.成功率 42%。
It belongs in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
なんだって It belongs in the new. The third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of revolution that for a fleeting moment
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million.
Guillaume le Million フランス語
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
むずいぞ。なんかフランス語なのかな、まあ、いろいろ混じるね。このアポストロフィーで囲まれてるのはそうだったりするのか。Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, now open air.
Some 20-odd years. There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness, aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice canema. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
グラムルミリオンっていうのがバンド名みたいな感じなのかな。リージョナルメガヒットトンボーイ。
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
フレッシュ佐竹さん、玄三さんおはようございます。
あ、おはようございます。声聞こえますかね。なんかさっき音量ちっちゃいって言われちゃっていろいろ上げたんですけど、まだちっちゃいかもしれないですよ。もともとこの人がバンドの人だったのか。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、バッチリです。兄貴。
ありがとうございます。10時だからオーバー落ち2のなんか出てるのかな。
フレッ さん、英語読めるの？
超完璧に読めるわけじゃないですけど、まあなんか普通程度には読めるんで、わかんない単語いっぱい出てくるから調べながらやってます。ソンブラやばくないですか？ハックしたターゲット。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、すげえ。
いやいやいやいや、ちゃんと読めたら、全部読めたらすごいですけど、まだそういう域ではないので。ハックしたターゲットを壁越しに死に、ハックしてもストレスが解除されない。ハックのクールダウンが減少。ハックされたターゲットにより多くのダメージを与える。やばいでしょこれ。セントリーバスティオン、セントリーフォームでの移動。すごいな。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、強すぎん。わら。
ちょっと頭悪いぐらいに強い気がするけどな。他になんかデメリット的な部分がもしかしたらあるかもしれないですけど。パッシブでハックされた敵へのダメージが 50% 増加ってえぐいでしょ。I guess that it then.
It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
なんだって It doesn't have to be. We can song over Gideon and his champagne cork smile whenever you want. Maybe some of the stardust will return. オートセーブ。服持って靴片方はベランダの外にあると。いやむずいこのゲーム。英語でいっぱいだマジで。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、日本語以外の言葉理解できないから多少わかるだけでも尊敬レベル。
英語得意じゃないですか？いやマジで英語好きなんですけど、そんな別に超得意ってわけじゃないんで。はあ。このゲームマジで面白そうだなと思ったんでやってるんですよね。プロブレム、問題みたいな感じ。テンポラリーサーチボーナス4時間30分以内に解けと。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、よく大国の方に道聞かれるけどゴーストレートしか言えん。まっすぐ進めさせるだけしかできん。
いいんじゃないですか。ゴーストレートで。まあ、そんなもんだと思いますよ。俺も聞かれても、そんな、ちゃんと答えれるわけじゃないから。なんならもう一緒に行こうって言っちゃう気がします。すごいでもこれ難しいんですけどめっちゃ面白そうなんですよね。 んだけなんかスキルがいろいろあって、スキルっていうスキルじゃないですけどがあって、なんか謎解きをしていくゲームらしくて、海外だとめちゃめちゃ評価高いんですけど、そのまあ今やってても分かるんですけど、めちゃめちゃこういう文章とかが多いんですよね。文学的な文章とかが。でそれを
佐竹さん、謎解きとか脱出ゲーム派好き？
だから多分そういうのもあると思うんですけど、何分こう量が多いしめちゃめちゃ大変っていうので、日本語に訳すのがめちゃめちゃ難しいらしいんですよね。だから全然日本語版とかもなくて。ねむさんこんばんは。こんばんはじゃないか、おはようございますっていうのでだったんですけど、この前の任天堂のなんだっけ、任天堂ダイレクトだっけ、なんだっけで、これが2022年の春に日本語版で
おはよ
うございます出るっていうのがあって、だから2022年春まで待てば日本語でプレイできるんですけど、ちょっと待ちきれないで頑張ってみようかなという感じです。めっちゃ面白そうです。なんか人格が24個ぐらいあるのかな、この人に。だったかな。で
フレッシュ佐竹さん、春まで待てなかった玄三さんかわいい。
いや、しかも春からあれなんですよね、普通に社会人になるから。
ネムさん、これ始まってるん？
始まってますね今。なんだ、タイム中というか。でもなんかこれがちょっとしたミッションじゃないですけど、クリアするといいよみたいなのがあって、プログラムでそれを4時間30分以内に解けたらいいねみたいなこと書いてるからやってみたいんですけど、そうね、社会人になるから時間なさそうなんで、今ある時にちょっとやってみよう。
さん、謎解きゲー好き。
いいっすね。ねむさんはあれですか、英語できますか？
ネムさん、私ボキャブラリーが少ない。
お、キャーはないけど、あれね、ま
フレッシュ佐竹
って
さん、
いうやつね。
ゲーム自体を直訳できるソフトあればいいのに。
そうですね、できたらめっちゃいいな
ネムさん、あと読むの苦手。
読むのは俺も苦手です。眠くなっちゃう。Why did you suffer? Then suffer? Did he? だからちょっとね、めちゃめちゃ翻訳 Google 翻訳じゃないですけど、そういうの使いながらやってるんで、めちゃめちゃ時間かかりますね。私これなんかめっちゃクソ長いゲームらしいんで。
ネムさん、聞く方が入ってくるよね。
それは確かにあるかもしれないです。Dematerialize in cloud of cocaine 出すって。知らん、この D なんとか。Dematerialize。
ネムさん、いい勉強になるから翻訳しまくって頑張ろう。
そうなんですよね。これでなんだっけ、TOEIC とかの点数伸ばそうかなと思ってんで。ディマトライズ。見える？ Did he demoralized
フレッシュ佐竹さん、私は来世英語勉強頑張る。
来世ですか？来世もしかしたら普通に英語圏の国に生まれるかもしれないですよ。そしたらいらないですね、勉強。Or did he simply stand in the corner and melt into the slendering new lines of some starlit void。 しかもこれなんかね、たまにフランス語みたいなのが混ざってくるんですよ。だから訳すのも難しい。
ネムさん、来世はハーフに生まれて帰国子女として日本人がいい。
いやめっちゃわかりますわ、そういうの。ハーフ顔みたいなのでいいとこ取りして、で日本のなんか安全なところとかでね住んでいきたいっすよね。
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
ああ、
In it,
そっか、こ
your
れ
face, adorned with the expression.
エレクトロケミストリー、電気科学のあれが低いから成功しないと。
ネムさん、マルチリンガルとして成人したい。
うん、わかります。英語、日本語、なんかね、これどうやってやるんだ？止めなきゃいけないのかな？
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
ネムさん、大人になってから勉強時間ないしめんどくさくなっちゃう。フレッシュ佐竹さん、主人公めっちゃ頭痛そうやん。
そう、なんかね、すげえ酒飲んで目覚めたらみたいな感じらしい。で、俺のなんか役っていうのが合ってるかわかんないけど、自分が誰っていうか分かってないみたいな感じがある。今鏡見てたんだけど、この顔誰だみたいな。で、俺は誰なんだみたいなとこかな。だからこの部屋で目覚めたのも本当多分初めて起きるみたいな。だからなんかすごい難しい。
ネムさん、もし説明済みだったら申し訳ないけど謎解き脱出ゲームで合ってる？
いや、脱出ゲームではないかもしれないです。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、
もしかしたらまだやってないんでわかんないですけど。
飲みすぎやん。
うん、そうそうそう、アル中の飲みすぎ。謎解きみたいな推理ゲーではあると思うんだけど、脱出ゲーかはちょっとわかんないですね。まだそのゲームがちゃんと理解できてないから。
さん、違うのか？
脱出するのかもしれないですけど、なんか説明、ゲームの説明にはなんか殺人事件に巻き込まれててみたいな、その捜査をしていく探偵みたいな説明があったけど。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、アルコールからの脱出が必要。
そうですね、それ確かにそうだわ。アルコールからの脱出大変そうっすよね。俺お酒飲まないんでわかんないんですけど。Rather in a light bulb, a truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. 羽の一個にネクタイが引っかかってると。で、 This one has two chain pull switch. まあ2本チェーンがあって、それがスイッチになってると。
ネムさん、酔った勢いでやらかしちゃう人とか人生楽しそうだよね。
なんか酔って性格変わるっていうか、なんか記憶飛ぶ人とかいるじゃないですか。どういう世界が見えてるのかなっていうのがすごい気になりますね。マジで楽しそうだと思う。飲んでも変わらないんで、楽しそう。ファンについてるチンを回すか、ライトバルブ、光の電球についてるのを回すか。ちょっと待って、確認しようか。いろいろマジで頭痛そう。これ何なのかすごい気になってるんだよ。でなんか窓ガラス割れててみたいな。で窓ガラスは破片が外側に散ってるから内側からやったんだろうみたいな。
そういうの見てあちゃーと思いながらも楽しんでる。
そういうタイプです。で解放してあげるタイプ。そうで、まあなんかゲームの説明でもあるんですけど、まあなんか最初にこうポイント振り分けみたいのもあって、でこれがなんかなんだろうね、知力みたいな。でこれが精神力っていうのかな。で肉体的な体力っていうのかな。でこれ俊敏性みたいな。でポイント割り振りとかができて、でそれぞれにこうその知力のとこにも6種類ぐらいあって、これがロジックだから、なんかロジック的なこう思考ができるようになる。ここを伸ばすと。でここがエンサイクロペディアだから、多分知識的な部分、ここがあるといろんな知識ありますよみたいな感じで、こう精神のとこには精神で肉体のところには肉体的な何かがあってみたいなっていうのをこう振り分けたりして、そこをいろいろ伸ばしていきながら推理を進めていくと。だからこの取り方によってその選べる選択肢が変わるから、それによって結末もなんか変わるみたいな話ですよね。
一点に力が集中すると外から当たっても破片外に落ちることあるらしい。金田一少年言ってた。
へえ、そうなんですね。じゃあその弾丸みたいので割れた時も外から撃たれても外に破片が散ることあるんだ。金田一その話知らないっすわ。金田一結構好きでちっちゃい頃見てたけど。結構いろいろだからあるから難しいんですよね。
This fan has two chain pull switches.
ファンの方。
The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
OK。取れる。
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tie. You reach out to grab the tie. But what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
金田一少年と探偵学園級のドラマ派見てた。
探偵学園級いいっすよね。コナン読まないんですね。金田一少年派か。俺どっちも結構読んでたけど、コナンは途中から全く終えてないですね。金田一も読んでて、探偵学園9もどっちも読んでたな。ドラマ9のドラマも確か見ましたわ。それこそあれですよね、山田くんがなんだっけ、竜役だっけとかのやつかな。で今多分失敗した気がする。You reach out to gravity. What's this? Diffuse. Radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. 胸がなんか痛いみたいな。Radiating chest pain 胸の痛み。Doom comes over you. Grab your
This
chest.
is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving.
フレッシュ佐竹さん、だから飲みすぎやって。
ですね。しかもなんかね、サイコロみたいなのもさっきちょっとあったと思うんですけど、成功率みたいなのもあって、まあ、だから運良ければパーセント低くても成功するけど、今は 74% ぐらいで成功するやろと思ったら失敗しちゃったね。これ体力なんだ。ヘルスとモラルはまだ2ある。体力が
For quite a long time, still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes.
あ、よかった。
You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately.
ネム
You
さ
can
ん、
practically
成功
feel
率
the
も能
photons
力の
burn
振
in
り
a
方
hole
に
in
よ
your
って
brain.
変わるから解き方が変わるってことかな。
そうですね。そうなんか今まだそういう選択肢ないけど、例えば何かを動かさなきゃいけないってめっちゃ重いですってなった時に、そういう力に振ってたら成功率 100% でいくけど、力が1ぐらいしかなかったら成功率が 2% とか 3% にしかなりませんよみたいな。
ネムさん、ミスりまくってる。
今ちょっとなんかね、変なことしちゃった。光のバルブのスイッチの方やったらテレボミステイク、ひどい間違いだって言われちゃった。Turn the lights off immediately すぐ消せ。You can practically feel the photons burning a hole
ネ
in your
ム
brain
さん、電源切って。
切りま
The
す。
lights are off.
OK
ネムさん、早く。
切りました。でもちょっとこのタイが取れないネクタイ。
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself. The switch must be broken, because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
あれ取れなくなっちゃった取れなくなっちゃった。そういうあれなんかな。で、なんか
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
でもなんかいろいろやってたら、この鏡のとこでこの選択肢が出てきたんですけど、これこのエレクトロケミストリーってやつに俺がそんな振ってないんで 3% しかないんですよ。
ネムさん、積むこともあんのかな。
もしかしたらあるかもしれないですね。This is white check. You may retry it って書いてる。だから後で、てか何回でもできんのかな。でも 3% 成功する気がしないんだよな。操作方法がちゃんと分かってないんで、つながってるよ。で、これがタスクかな。Monday Find your other shoes で、靴がさっきガラス割れてたって言ったと思うんですけど、多分こいつが酔ってる時に靴を投げたっぽいんですよね、外に。で、ここがバルコニーになってて、そこに靴があるんじゃないかみたいな。 急に足速くなった。あ急に動けるようになるじゃん。あ、お金いただきます。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、頭も痛くなさそう。
ね、急にね。
ネムさん、元気で
Hello, officer.
わら。
ハローオフィサー。お、女の人。
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
若い女性がレイズあげるシガレット to her lips。タバコを口の方に持ってったよってことか。
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
あ、シルバージャンプスーツ。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、絶対昨日お持ち帰りしてきたやろ。
この人持って来たのかな、もしかして。スケールアーマースパークリング。This is a sparkle of too many nights out on the city。 どういうことだろう。どういうスパークリングだろうね。オフィサー？Am I military personnel？ なんか軍人なのかみたいな。自分が何者か分かってないから。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、英語理解できないと違う視点で楽しめる。
Turn your bloated face away from her beauty and just keep on walking。 この美しい女性からを無視していっちゃう。まあ聞き返そう。
No.
She seems perplexed by your question。 なんだろう、perplexed。 戸惑っている。 Wait, I know. I'm a businessman, chief, exclusive officer, right? Then why did you call me an officer? まあオフィサーっていうのになんかそういういろんな意味があって、その中でもこうビジネスマンのチーフオフィサー、チーフエスキューティブオフィサー、まあ会社の役員だろうみたいな。それか Then why did you call me an officer? だったらなんでオフィサーって言ったんだ。こっちだと思うんだよね。
Because you're a police officer, sir.
ポリスオフィサー。おお、警察官だ。
ネムさん、ゼオ。
CEO、あ、そうだね。うん、CEO だ。そうだ。I sure you're sting me. Goddamn right, I'm this one. And don't you forget it. お前は妻確かかって聞いてんのと You're sitting me。 これなんかからかってんだろうみたいな感じかな。で、あ、そうだった警察だったわ。
急に俺セオだろ。はやばい、わらわら。
確かに。
Okay, cool. I won't.
No need to be alarmed. I was just getting into character, you know. Good. Now, how did you know I was police officer? どうして警察って分かったんだっていう2番と、まあ冗談だよみたいな、そんな固くなれないよって、まあ役を演じただけだよみたいな。どっちがいいかな。どっちにしましょうね。Now, how did you know I was police officer? どうして聞くか。
First, I have to ask. Are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
なんか持ってきてくれる。
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, right in front of her, right here. It makes you put your hand on your stomach and swallow.
やばい、吐きそうだこいつ。
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
フォーミットってなんだ。オート、あ、大丈夫、吐かないよってことか。なんか3日間ぐらいここにいたと。で、オフィシャルポリスビジネス。で、what kind
I
of
couldn't
business?
say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Mm. 覚えてないんだ。
I can see that.
っていうのが
Could it be because of the drinking?
飲みすぎだろうと。Why would anyone let me be an officer of the law? なんで全員俺を警察官に従うの？
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
なるほど。でこれが 17%。This is a red check. It cannot be retried. 17% しかないね。失敗したらやり直せない。Try the expression of her. Let her know you want her physically.
17% 余裕やん。
これちょっとあれですね、多分エッチなやつですね、これ。Try the expression of her. Let her know you want her. ちょっとリーブしとこう。
Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
OK, OK.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
ここが彼女の部屋だね。Looks like she left a nice long star.
ネムさん、おじ気づいたか？
まあね、知らない人とはね、別にそういう関係になりたいとは思わないかな。This is a weekend edition of the satirical newspaper. 読めなかった、早すぎて。
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
タバコ吸えよって誘われてるんだけど、誘われてるというか、そういう衝動に駆られてる。こういう感覚なのかな、タバコ吸う人は。ファッてジューシーなシガレットがあるよって言われてる。だわな、甘いスモか。エレクトリックケミストリー。
ネムさん、私遅延やばい。
あ、遅延やばいっすか？止まります？
ネムさん、いや私が。
あれおまかんってやつ？ 環境的に大丈夫かな。あ、はい。スモーカー。俺スモーカーな。
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub still smoldering deliciously.
酔った次の日はタバコ吸いたくなる。わかんねえ。どっちもわかんないまず酔うこともないし、タバコ吸いてーって思うこと、まあ吸ったことないからだけど、なんないな。
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
吸うか。なんだっけこれ。習った気するんだけど忘れちゃった。熱心に。吸うか吸わないか。吸いたいと思ったことないな。どういう経緯で吸いたいと思うんですか？なんかかっこいいなと思ったのか、単純に試してみたらよかったのか。普通に気になりますわ。みんながなんで吸うのか。タバコはいいかな。
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
なんだって？
フレッシュ佐竹さん、仕事を共にする上司が吸ってて、気を使わせない、接待のために吸ってたらもうやめられんくなってた。
ああ、そういうのね。ああ、優しさから吸っちゃったやつか。ああ。なんだろうね。その上司がどういう人かにもよるけど、気使ってくれるような上司ってことはまあいい人なのかもしれない。接待って書いてるからちょっとよくわかんないけど、どっちかね。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、禁煙しようとして本数減らしてるけどイライラしてくるんよね。
本当にイライラするんすね。本当に。
さん、今これタバコ吸わせろよって感じ？
なんかね、そう、タバコ吸いなよみたいな、こう、多分、人格の一つなんですよね、このエレクトロケミストリーみたいなやつが、多分、この人の中の、さっきのこれが多分ね、一個一個なんだろうね、人格みたいな感じなのかな。でそれぞれがこういろいろ話しかけてきたり、話しかけるっていうか、本来の人間で言ったらなんかそういうのが誘惑になったりするんだろうけど、このゲームの中ではこういう風にこいつがいろいろ話しかけてきて、自分の中でいろいろそいつに従ったり戦ったりみたいな葛藤があると。でこのエレクトロケミストリーってやつが、さっき女の人が吸ってたのがここにあって、それ吸いなよみたいな、吸おうぜみたいな感じだけど、俺が 嫌だなーって断ったら、なんかね、まあ後で吸ってみなみたいな、プラススモーキング then gives マッシブボーナスがあるぜみたいなのがあった。ニュータスクで find smoke then smoke then って言われた感じかな。しかもこれ女性の吸い殻のやつを吸いなよみたいなことを言われてたから、いやそれはフィルターも壊してるし吸えんよみたいな話をしてた。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、危ない薬おすすめする決まり文句みたいだな。
うん、そうね。頭すっきりするぜみたいなね。ベランダに出ました。
ネムさん、ほら私コメント遅延ひどくない？
確かに。ちょっと遅い気する。今のネムさんへのコメントを返してからネムさんがホラーっていうのが結構間がありましたね。で今これ外に靴があったと。だからやっぱ
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
靴が戻ってきたよと。
Like two baby crocodiles.
ネムさん、じゃあ10秒先読みしてコメントするわ。
おー、天才だ。表現者ネームさんお願いします。 Like two baby crocodiles. Wait, theirs do not like normal hop shoes. How does it fit?
It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are.
ちょっと待てよって。この
フレッ
靴
シュ佐竹さん、
警察官
私も先読みする。
そしたらちょっと大変なことになるかもしれない。靴を見つけましたと。だけどこの靴普通の警察官の靴じゃないぞっつったら、梱包者みたいな人格の一つが、はっきり言うとお前普通の警察官じゃねえよみたいな。
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
探すくらい弱いの欲しい。そうはい。これでタスクの靴が終わったと。次ファインスモーク線スモーク線。靴が揃えました。こんな靴履いてんだって。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、こいつのもう一つの人格がタバコ吸えなかったストレスで殺人犯してその事件を追ってる警察の人格がいるんだね。
自分がやったけど Sea makes you dizzy. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. 海辺のとこなんだ。海の匂いがなんかディズィなんて言えばいいんだろう。めまいを起こす。めまいだって自分がタバコを吸えなく、間違った。起こした事件をもう一つの人格の俺が操作してると。悲しいなそれ。
ネムさん、このゲーム何が難しいって字が小さいのよ。
字ちっちゃい。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、ただの間抜け。ネムさん、スマホで見てると目が死ぬ。
これちょっと大きくなったかテキストサイズでっかくなってるはずだけどなった気がしないよなこれ。 ニューセーブして、画面メニュー戻って、
ネムさん、いや先読みしてるから英語読まないけどね。
まあ確かにいらないですもんね。全部先読めちゃうもんね。そっか、スマホだと確かにパソコンでも結構ちっちゃいなって思うぐらいだから。
ネムさん、読まなくてもわかるよ。
天才だもん。
ネムさん、ゲンちゃんがミスるとこがね。
あー、なるほどね。いや、俺ミスんないっすよ、俺。タバコを探せと。
The door is closed.
今、いや。急に走り出すよ。走れるんだ。確かにスマホだと本当にちっちゃいかもね。のんきな音楽が出てきた。大きくなってるこれ。なってなくない？わかんないっすわ、ちょっ
ネムさん、大丈夫だよ、頑張って先読みするから。
と。はい。
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
歌うと。My soul is なんだこれ。膨大、莫大。モデスト。控えめで、いつノーマルサイズで。パニー、プニー、パニー。ダジャレ、しゃれてるよ。キュービックコンテンツ、ミスオブスカードバイザハングオーバー。なんだこれ。見えない。膨大だ。
Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation 嘆き。悲しい歌かハッピーな歌か、どっち歌うか。 thinking, maybe I could sing something happy.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one.
Oh.
You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Sing karaoke. Sufficiently tragic tape.
ネムさん、一瞬離席してた。
Oh, okay. Play it on a boombox to memorized. Okay. カラオケの歌を探すと。
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
.なんか一別っていうのかな、なんかパッと見たけどまた視線を落としてこのシーバードなんていうんだっけ、カモメカモメかカモメの剥製なのかなを見てると。
That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
That was disdain. 軽蔑侮辱。なんか嫌われてるっぽいこの人に、なぜか。Look at the stuff the bird. これ一応見ようか。見るかまず。
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it.
片方の羽が壊れてると。で、直そうとしてるのかな。粘土。修繕してると。
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall.
ああ、壁にもともとかかってたか。なんだ、盾みたいな感じで一緒についてたけど取れてると。
This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
知らない単語多いな。スコアってなんだ。Sea is the symbol of the discovery of the Insulindian Isola. 英語？スクア。なんだ。
ネムさん、マジで単語難しいね。
なんか英語なのかな、マジでわかんないこれ。
ネムさん、珍しい単語多い。
ちょっとほんと文学的な感じなんだと思う。 でこの鳥どうしたの、何があったのって聞くか、なんか手伝えることあるって聞くか、そのなんかスクワっていうそれいいスクワだなだろうみたいな感じで言うか。スクワ、あれなんかな、鳥の名前なんかな。北オオトウ属カモメがグレートスクワっていうのかな。
ネムさん、本気出してパソコンで見始めました。
うん、一緒にいろいろ調べながら、まあ無理しない範囲でね。でもスクワって多分鳥のなんだ、名前だね。グレートスクワ。で、The Sea was the symbol of the discovery of the surrounding イソラがわかんない。インサリンディング。アイソレ
ネム
ーション。
さん、イヤ字が読めなすぎて笑い。
そっか。そうだ。確かに。スマホだとね、ちっちゃいですもんね。インサリンディアンか。わかんねえ。で、なんかこの人が怒ってるっていうか、なんか俺に対して軽蔑してると。で、これを直してるっていうのを見てる感じ、俺が壊した感あるよね、ちょっと。手伝いましょうか。何があったんだ。ちょっと聞くか。
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work of taxidermy. The white looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery.
Look, your buddy is... Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do
ネム
with this?
さん、適当にポチってる？
いや、そうじゃないですよ。なんかさっきどれだっけ、その鳥のこと聞いたけど、なんか無視されて、そのドアのとこにいる男に話しかけたらどうなんみたいな、お前のバディだろみたいなこと言われて、なんか選択肢ミスったんかなと思って、同じこう選択肢辿ってって違う質問したけど、返ってくる言葉が一緒だった。で、今、お前俺のこと嫌いなんだろみたいな。Something tells me you don't like me って言ったら、そんなことないですよって、あんたたちヒーローですよねって、本当は警察官のヒーローですよみたいなことを俺の本を全く見ずに言ってきたみたいな感じかな。
ネムさん、なるほど。
そうそうそう。Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? なんか階段のなん かが落ちてきてそれになったかな。あんまり皮肉屋だなっていうか、その後にあやこ、またI'm also a hero.
Yes, you are a real decorated hero.
Decorated hero. なんか名前だけのみたいな感じなのかな。見た目だけのみたいな。
What did you not do? First, you took the body down. Then, you solved the murder. Then, you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
なんかまあひどいことしたと。俺が何をしたって言ったら、逆に何してないのみたいな。ボディを叩きつけてみた感じかな。Then you solved the murder. 殺人事件を解決して、You didn't trash my hostel room.
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
Oh, 俺そんなことしたのって聞いたら、いやしてないよみたいな。
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again to keep plucking at the bars.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. No, I'm not the bar. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
なんか隠してると。この人はバーテンダーじゃなくて、カフェテリアのマネージャーだけど、シルビーっていう女の人がこのバーの経営者っていうかやってんのかな。だけどどこいるんだっつったら彼ははぐらかした。
So now you recall. Oh, forget it.
Oh.
No, I'm not the bartender. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias. She just...
His eyes dart from left to right. This
ああ、ダメか。引き出せないまだ。メニューは消されてマンデーって書いて昨日のメニューは 女性によって書かれてたけど、
解けないとループすんだね。
そうっすね。で、今日のメニューは男性によって書かれてる。なんだこれ。のさ、なんだ。のさ。ノサフェットって調べたらノサフェットディスコエルジムって出てきちゃう。まあいいや。ヒーリングアイテムだと。それは確か。
ネムさん、昨日橋指描いたのかな。
ぽいっすね。なんかいるぞ、ここに。ラムシュワをしてると。スリーピングドッグワーカー。船着き場で働いてる人。ワイルドパインズ。
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
薬取っちゃった。フィジカリ試してみるか。起きろって。28% しか成功しないけど。これホワイトチェックって書いてるから、また何回でもやり直せるやつなのかな。
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
元気なのになんかね、薬は一応いるみたいな。2人いる。16時に開くと。ロイヤルピンボールマシンは電気が入ってない。
Hello, sweetie.
レナ、ザ・クリプトズ・ロジスツ・ワイフ。なんだろうね。ズ・ロジスツだから動物学者の妻なのかな。
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She needs to towards the mine orange pool. この人がなんだ同僚で一緒に働く人で、その人待たしちゃいけないよって言われた。
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
キム・キツラギキム。日本人と韓国人なんか。
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
名前を覚えてない。どうしようと。
ネムさん、たまにアジア人って名前混同されるよね。
そうですね。あんまキムさんは日本人ではいない。木村さんのことを略して愛称で呼ぶけど。で、名前やべえ覚えてないと。で、コンセプトなんとかリゼーションっていうのが 83% でいける。まあ、いけるっしょ。
Raphael Ambrosius
失敗したん
Cousteau.
だけど。なんだよ、ラファエル・アンブロジウム・コストゥ。
ネムさん持ってるね。
やば。
No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop. Say it.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
冗談だと。で、気にされず。
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
2日間会おうとして、しかも片方が、なんだ、予約されてた。てかまあ、忙しくてキャンセルみたいになったと。You mean him?
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
なんだなんだ。50 at 50 cells。まあなんか関連する人の名前イニシャルリスト作ってどうたらって感じかな。
Right. And the interviews?
ネムさん意味わからなくなってきた。
もうなんだろうね。まあなんかマネージャーと話したってさっきのやつ言われて、あいつみたいな。で、あんた気にしないならもう一回彼と話そうって。で、ask him for rundown of the area now. I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also isn't hard to assume he is a police man. Of course. で、その現場みたいな感じなのかな。現場に行くために彼になんか許可というかお願いしてそこに行かせてもらおうみたいな感じなのかな、その現場に。 でその現場でまあいろいろするんだけど、
リプさん、ゲンちゃんおはよう。
あ、おはようございます。2回目。声大丈夫になってますか？でそれでなんか聞き込みとかすんのかな。そういうのにあたってインタビュアーズじゃないか、まあイニシャルリストを作んなきゃみたいな。あ、はーい。で知らん。
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
まあ後でやろうと。
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Dead body from the tree. Removed dead body. でもあの男のマネージャーがなんか死体がどうたらみたいな言ってたような気がするけども、全部俺がしたのかって聞いて、いやしてないみたいに言ったっけ。
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
どうなんすかね、このまあそこら辺もまだ全然分かってない状況なんじゃないですか。記憶がないから。So this is the first time you detect awareness in the なんとかなんとか。He would prefer for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
木になんか引っかけられてんのかな、死体が。で見つかってから、そこに釣られてから7日も経ってると。でさすがに下ろしたんだろうって聞かれたけど、知らないからノーって答えたら、やべえなみたいな。
さっきカフェテリアのマネージャーがソルベでムアで会って言ってたよね。
言ってましたね。でもそれなんか本当にそれ俺やったのみたいな聞いたら、いややってないよみたいなこと言ってなかったっけ、さっきマネージャーさん。
ネムさん、そうだから混乱してる。
マジで謎わかんない。
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
そうかな多分。てかしたのかなみたいな聞かれてみたいな感じかな。もちろんその木から吊られた死体を下ろしたんだよねみたいなのをこの人が今このキムさんが俺に聞いてきて、でその話わかんないからノーって言ったら、それはまずいなっつって今すぐなんかマネージャーに話して みたいな、なんかしようみたいなことを言ってた気がする。だから処理してないのかもしれないし、処理してるかもしれない。記憶がないから分かんない。
フレッシュ佐竹さん、私の予言合ってた？
ああ、合ってるわ。
ネムさん、なるほど。
合ってる。ネムさんじゃねえや、佐竹さんの。What are you
フレッ
supposed to
シュ
do?
佐竹さん、ガチ？
いや、わかんない。まだね、わかんない。この、本当に記憶ないから、すごい難しい。
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens militia on your sleeve and on your back.
ああ、ジャケットで俺がちゃんと警
I
察
suppose
で。
you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
頭が。で、私は送られてきた、探偵と会うために、プレシント41ってとこから送られてきた人と会うために、送られて、ここに来たと。They're the insignia of the citizen militia の、で書かれたジャケットお前着てるから、この人が警察だと分かった。I suppose you could be impersonating him. で、インスペクトレートジェネラル出身じゃない。なんか調査の人じゃないから、そういうのは。むずっ。監察官じゃないから、ちゃんとしたことはわかんないけどね、と。ラットスクワット。
ネムさん、なりすましてる？
いや、まだわかんない。まだわかんない。監察官じゃないから、あなたがそれを着てるからといって警察っていうのはちゃんと判断できないみたいなことなんじゃない？なんで俺が警察だってお前分かったんだって聞いたら、ここにこの人と会うように送られてきたと。で、ジャケットに
ネムさん、これマジで難しいね。
市民警察みたいなのが書いてるから、あんたがそうなんだろうと思ったよって。だけど別に監察官から送られてきたわけじゃないから、監察官の部門から送られてきたわけじゃないから、なんか別に自分がそういうふうに考えたのが合ってるとは限んないよねみたいなことを言ってるような気がする。で、What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad. rat squad っていうふうに呼ばれてるのかな、その監察官の人たち。In support to suspect such things. 監察 後から送られてきたんじゃない。つまりサスペクトしない。
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
殺人調査。監察官じゃなくて殺人調査のそういう部門から来たよと。You said insignia. She's white. Rectangles. なんだこれ。
ネム3、刑事だね。
ああ、そっか。インシグニアの意味が分かってない。ああ、印、気象。
Yes.
あ、まあいいや。
They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West.
ほう。なるほどね。なんかそういう、なんだろうね。印、気象、バッジか。バッジを見て判断したと。だけど、これただの白いバッジじゃんみたいな。ただの白いなんとかじゃないよみたいな。
I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge?
やべ、バッジねえみたいな。お、バッジあったわーって嘘つくか、起きたらなくなってたんだっていうか。どっちかな。正直に言うか、正直に言うか。
Losing your identification card is a serious matter.
ネム
My
3、
vehicle has a
やばいバレ
shortwave.
る。
You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
OK。まあ、バッジちゃんと見つけろよと。で、レポートをまとめてちゃんと
Talk
や
to
れ
the
と。
manager. Then we go out back and take
Okay.
the... After you.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
ガーレット。スペイン系か。
You run this place.
You run this place. あんたが運営してるんでしょと。
Yes.
He responded. He responds. タースリーってなんだ。どんな風に答えたんだ。簡潔に。
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
ああ、この41っていう部署の人が俺と。で、この人は57。 てまだ名前を知らないと。さっきの適当に思いついたやつよ。The Harbinger of Ruin。これなんかのあれかな。なんかなんていうんだ。なんか日本語出てこない。二つなみたいなことかな。Encouraging between names。これどういう意味だろうね。何も言わないと。
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
電話があってきたと。で、電話したのはあなたですねと。
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
ネーム3、一番上中二秒ネーム。
あ、そうなんですか。ああ、で、シルビーが電話したんだろうと。で、彼女がよくバーでここで働いてる。で、私はたまにテンポラリーで来ると。
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
ネーム3、直訳すると破滅の前触れ的な。
ああ。
わらわら
そういうことね。やっぱなんかの二つなんだけど結構痛いやつってやつね。Find the slip of paper and hand it in. ああ、番号書い
You
て
said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
3つでしょ、お前やってんの。こいつはここの地元のやつじゃないと。たまに来るよって。
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
クエスチョンをすると。
His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Huh. まずボディを
Behind
出
this
て
building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Oh.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
そんなこと言ってたっけ。
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Ah, ドッグワーカーの人たちがリンチしてたと。
The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
デバルです。
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Hmm. まあ船場で船着き場で働いてる人たちがリンチしたっていう噂というかが流れてると。
so fast. You owe me 130 real.
なんだこれ、130、なんか貸しがあると。
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
めっちゃ下手くない？
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
ああ。リアルっていうのは単位なんか。100円、130円みたいなことね。Do you mean some form of street cred?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
フランス語なんですかね。フランス語の単位を知らないですよ、俺。お金の単位。You are under arrest. 逮捕するって。急に。
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
ああ。これ100円、100円っていうか100リアルですよね。あれ？全ゼウスウィンドウで、40、60と40で100。
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real actual money. なんだこれ。ヒレイキって消滅。忘れてんのがってことなのかな。ハーフザバー。タブがどういう意味なんだろう。わかんないけど、まあなんかで30と。
What are you, a philosopher?
そもそも金とは何だみたいな。哲学者かって言われちゃった。
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything,
レ
really.
ム、サン、ドゥン、タブって感情だね。
あ、そうなんだ。知らなかったさ。感情。へえ。
レム、サン、つける的な。
つけで30と。これがお金
Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Okay.
The cafeteria manager stands silently, looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Hmm? 何が違うこれ。
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
どこにいたんだろう。
You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
やることがいっぱいだ。まずは行くか。 その現場に行ってみようか、じゃあ。
ネム3、システムが難しい。
そうですね。
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
なんだこれ。
It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's plastic.
びっくりした。めっちゃ近くでカラス鳴いてる。Six pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or stamped into the crown's plastic.
The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
結局何かよくわかんないまま終わっちゃった。いや、これが全部完璧にわかるぐらいの英語力が欲しいな。
ネムさん、なんだったんだ、わらわら。
よくわかんなかった、本当に。
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener.
Gardener?
I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done. Well, as you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need? It's there. In the yard, right through the hole in the fence. What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates. Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
橋が壊れたんだ。運河の橋。
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem. Of course. I won't hold you back.
いい人だったな、この人。
Yes?
お、いろいろ聞けんじゃん。
What do you want to know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Wild Pines っていうカンパニーとこのドッグワーカーたちが仲悪いって感じ。
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. a self-organized Peace Corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right.
なるほどね。
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to? There's no reason to win. 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to? No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up.
Monday なんだ。ありふれた平凡。
There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the Union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case. Strike, coup, revolution. It's brigandage, however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
難しいな、なんか選択肢が。
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them. I meant we should be careful. If we are not, the shit will blow right in our faces.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. That's good. Better still than an imbecilic cop-off. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particularly... The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't... I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything... No. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved... There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was a... Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful, blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact. Part of a murder sex cult.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Extremely.
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
みたいなのの話が難しすぎて半分諦めてみてます。
もうマジでね、難しい。
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish though... Yes, it just...
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
No, not really. Was there any...
It can still be an... He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some...
No, it's not a...
なんかでもなんか選択肢間違っなんかもっといいのがありそうだなっていう感じはするから今ちょっとやってみてるんですけど。
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
That's commendable. Was there anything...
It can still... He's basically challenging you...
No, The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a There was some interest in this case. Yes, it just...
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is...
Actually, it does have to be murder. This is a murder investigation. But we digress.
It can still be basically...
No. The deceased is a security guard for... There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You see... Excellent. Was there anything else? No. It's not a... The deceased is a security... There was some interest in this case. Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rights. We'll get on it immediately.
Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rights.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Actually, it does...
It can still be... He's basically challenging you to...
Good. What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Not a fan.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to
そうなんですよね。本当にそう。人間の人まだなんかいいんだけどね。人格がマジでむずい。
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
マジっすか？いや、でもね、ずっと変わんない。マジでね、難しい。
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal peer yourself.
That's correct.
You feel a slight...
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's correct.
You feel as...
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
ソウル、やっぱ韓国のあれだよね。だけど、グランドマーダー、from my mother's side.
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
なんかでも秘密ありそうだね。
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
で話すだけに一人話すだけでめちゃめちゃ時間かかるこのゲーム。
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revacholmi. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
まあまあまあ正直いやなんとなくは見てるけどすげえ細かく正確にって感じは。
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races.
話し方ロシアだっけかぽい気がするね。
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all.
違う。
You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources. The problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other introduced species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring.
Hmm. めっちゃレイシストだね。
Good. If we, the evening people, pull together, we can form a bulwark against these troubled times. Root out the forces that seek to undermine the well-being of our people.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense he can't be happy about this turn of events.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
ネムさん、発音が独特で聞き取れん。
ああ、そう。難しい、この人の。何語圏の人がこういう話し方なんだったかなっていう。ロシア系だった気がするんだけどな。ロシアのような。だからザリアみたいな。
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months
ネム
maybe.
さん、読む
But
の疲れ
this
たから
here
聞
is
いてる
just
け
the
ど、この
last
人
week
の
or so.
発音マジでダメだ。笑
難しいっすよね。見ながらじゃないと分かんない。
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions? I salute you, compatriot. Defenders of the evening lands have to stick together. Light up, brother. Ward off those jungle spirits.
Whoa, jackpot. Racist jackpot.
ネムさん、アプル矢印図。
あ、ポーズ。まあひどいレイシストだということだ。また薬を見つけた。なんか話したがってる。
When you said before that you were down with racism, was it meant in earnest, or were you just trying to win his confidence? I suppose that's a relief. Just be careful how often you avail yourself of this technique. A lie may be useful in the short term, but I have a way of catching up with you later.
We know a lie, sire, and it didn't feel like one to us. He chooses to believe, though, for now.
And one more thing. As you've seen, these sorts of attitudes are quite common in Martinez, so I expect this to happen again and again. I've had this conversation enough times in my life. From now on, I'm going to stay out of it. How you choose to respond is your business, but be careful. Now let's move on.
先に死体の方行こっか。ちょっと多すぎるマジでマジでちょっとね、見る場所がマジで多い。一個一個にかける時間がえぐい。このフェンスか、ここか。マジでぶら下がってんじゃん。
ネムさん、一人当たりにめちゃ喋らされるしね。
ね、えぐいマジで。
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46.
話聞くだけじゃなくて質問と応答を選択させられるのがすごい。
そうそうそうそう。マジでえぐいな。面白いけどめちゃめちゃ疲れるこれ。スタンドワークブーツ、スティールレインフォーストゥースナンバー46。
2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. Seven. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
つまり誰かを担いでたみたいな感じかな。
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? $200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see? 200?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift. You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see? A woman or a kid? Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
That's okay. Go on. Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
こいつね。
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revachol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
話しかけるか、こいつに。
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
ひどい言いようだな。
Oh yeah, Napa Gumpy Kuno.
ナパキンピクの。
Right in the dick, Kuno. Get him right in the dick.
やばいね。
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body. The kid is obviously high.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
やべやべやべ。多分やべえこと言って
Kuno,
る。
ride the lightning, Kuno.
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno.
does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
めっちゃイライラするこいつ。
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's joking. He's totally joking.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here either. So where was he?
I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
くのくのうるさいな、ほんとこいつ。
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
Kuno's fuck imp.
He's trying to hide the fact.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
そうなんだ。
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Everybody, please! He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here in Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
お、晴れた。
Fucking logical! Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno! No! Get off Kuno, you sick fat fuck!
The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change your plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder down the line. You may end up missing crucial information.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno! Help! Misters, help!
レムさん、痰吐いたな。
うん、ずっと吐いてるこいつ。
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late! Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rage look.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that.
I can. Kuno can smell that violent shit. I know what you were thinking. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut his shit down. You know what? You should have hit the Kuno, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper! You don't know where I come from! You're just Kuno's bottom bitch!
Okay, Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click!
The fuck about it? Kuno's fucking.
He's trying to hide the fact that he...
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. You're testing.
Get lost!
Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't.
ダメだこいつ。ダメだ。
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing here. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the cat. I'll die before... You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from behind the fence.
Hmm. はしごはかかってるけど子供用だから死体を見るか。
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vartna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect.
This こいつらはダメだったと。いやむずいねこのゲームマジで。
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods. Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Of course, Steve.
聞き出したらまた長くなるわ。うわー疲れるこのゲーム。めっちゃ英語の授業を受けてるわ。はあ、今日はここで終わります。一回ちょっとずつね進めていきたいと思います。よし、じゃあ終わります。
ネムさん、お疲れ様ですか？
はい、お疲れ様でした。